I'm Magda Origanska from Skopje, Macedonia. I'm studying English language and literature, and I'm learning Spanish language. I guess as many other people of my age, I'm hoping that I will find a better future somewhere which is not in my country.
My name is Zvonimir Zvonar. I finished a master's degree this year in philosophy and history. I'm also a musician. This summer I went from Dubrovnik in Croatia to Istanbul with my friend from the band. We played on the streets every day.
My name is Simona Milanovic. I come from Serbia. I study organizational sciences and management. But right now I do a lot of work off university. I'm a private tutor to 6 kids and I babysit.
Ja imam da zarisano ime Đorđe Mrdak. My name is Đorđe Mrdak and I'm now at my 4th age of study, specialistic study of architecture. The situation in Montenegro is not great. I would like to change that. I think that I could bring some knowledge in my country.
My name is Vanja Lazić. I come from Bosnia and Herzegovina. I was born in Zenica. Now I live in Sarajevo, where I came to study product design on the Academy of Fine Arts. In the meantime, I started working as a freelance graphic designer in art house cinema in Sarajevo.
Ćao, kako?
Dobar dan, ja imam šugavu kamericu.
Šta imaš?
Ja imam šugavu kamericu, ti si dobio fans.
Today we were taken to a basement which is supposed to simulate an original underground shelter used as protection during the war. We were supposed to cook, eat and try to have a normal life during the 2 following days. In the shelter were food supplies which consisted the same ingredients that were food aid during the war. It's only for 2 days, but however, we already begin to nag about what are we going to do, how are we going to wash our teeth and all.
I guess I have the most mixed feelings about this because I have memories of it, and this is like recreating something that you didn't really want it to be happening in the first place. It's not like I'm on an island and having great fun and it's playing Robinson Crusoe or something. That's why I said I don't want to call my parents and tell them that I'm here, because they would have even more mixed feelings about it, because they remember better. I was a child, but it's weird.
U skloništu smo. 3. dan napada na Sarajevo. Neko ima taj luksuz da čita knjige. Neko taj ima luksuz da prvi zaspe. Neko ima luksuz da se smije cijelo vrijeme. A neko ima luksuz da sjedi pored peći i spava. Joj.
A neko da se snima.
Prije svega, dugo sam razmišljala šta uopšte da vam kažem o iskustvima isključivo vezanim za podrum, pa i sam taj nesretni rat. Ali ja sam bila tinejdžer i bila djevojčica koja je željela da nastavi nekako normalan razvoj, što fizički, što psihički. Pa recimo taj podrum je bila jedina prilika da se svi mi sretnemo Jednom sam se zaljubila u jednog dečka iz zgrade i onda dok je kiša granata padala, čak što više pala je u stan pored nas. Ja sam trčala u kupatilo da prvo stavim karmin pa da siđem u podrum, ne bi se dopala tom dječaku. Jednostavno mi smo se hrvali sa tim ratom i pokušali da živimo onoliko normalno koliko smo mogli.
Šta ste radili?
Šta smo radili? Otprilike evo što ste vi radili sada, samo što je tu nekako bilo življe, puno života, jer smo mi bukvalno preživljavali. Jednostavno su se iz dana u dan izmišljale stvari od tipa kako napraviti hljeb u šerpi, kako zapaliti vatru u tom istom podrumu, a da ne zapalimo kompletnu zgradu, kako pod kišom granata donijeti vodu, drva, kako jednostavno ostati normalan u mraku. Ja sjećam da sam sate i sate pravila sa svojom mamom svađajući se, jer vani se puca, padaju granate, ja želim na koncert. Čak što je više jednom sam batine dobila zato što sam toliko silno željela na koncert i otišla sam. Onda se isto tako sjećam vjenčanja u ratu. Masa mojih prijateljica koje su tad imale 16 godina su se udale i do završetka rata 2 djece imale. Ali vjerovatno je to bila neka glad za životom.
Šta je bilo s momkom iz zgrade?
Nažalost, taj dječak je, čim je napunio 18 godina, dobrovoljno se prijavio u vojsku i 15 dana nakon toga je poginuo. Tako da ta prva ljubav nije prošla. Najljepši.
It's usually, politicians fighting about who was the one to blame for this and who was the one to blame for that, and whether they want to recognize something as a war crime or not, etc. It's always, fighting amongst each other, and that's why young people have this aversion towards everything that has happened and just want to escape from it.
We must know what happened here. And that's because I'm here and I want to know.
Isti ovaj sir smo mi dobivali u ratu. I ovo vam je bilo kad dobijete istu kavijar da ste dobili. I ova jedna kutica bi nama mogla biti jedno 10 dana.
I can't say that this city leaves you that kind of impression of that something horrible happened there. And then when you meet with people who tell you that and who show you things and everything, you suddenly get a new dimension of the town, of the city. And you walk the streets and you think about how on that exact street, when you walk today and you smile with your friends and you're going to lunch, happened a murder,
I didn't thought it would be so shocking and it would be so annoying, but it was. Because I kept thinking that I don't remember so many things and that it doesn't matter. But when you're in that situation, somehow it's like you get all these emotions and all these flashbacks of things that you did, things that your parents did, and then it all kind of gets to you. And it was kind of, I don't know. I was constantly asking the question, does putting somebody who wasn't in the war in that situation, does that make him more empathic to the fact what happened to Sarajevo? And if that's the only case, then do we have to have a war in every country in order for us to be empathic to each other?
During the war in Croatia, I was also in basement before my father sent my mother, grandma, my sister to Austria. But this basement was very different from that because we know nothing is happening outside. We mostly get to know each other pretty well, and me with guitar, I'm always comfortable with everything.
Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom?
song.
My name is Bartosz Kreli. I was born in Pristina, Kosovo. I finished a bachelor degree on international business and a master degree on intellectual property rights. Right now, I work as a freelance consultant on IPR matters. I don't think I'm the old school Albanian, which you read in some books, that we carry a gun and we beat our wives. No.
Звезда. Finally. Hi, Bart.
Anja. Simona. Hello, Marta.
Zoran. Hi, George. Hi.
We all gathered in Kolashin behind the hotel and we had some few drinks, and that is where I found out that the group accepted me and they understand my humor, and after that everything went much better than I expected.
Ovo je priča o jednoj porodici podijeljena na dva dijela. Jedan dio su četnici, oni žive u ovom mjestu. Drugi dio partizani, ma oni su privilegovani bili, pobjedili su Drugi svjetski rat, idući za privilegijama, selili su odavde. A ovdje u ovom selu žive ljudi koji žele da četničkom komandantu Pavlu Đurišiću podignu spomenik, koji je po knjigama koje su napisali partizani kad su pobjedili rat, proglašen ratnim zlikovcem, ubio je na hiljade ljudi. Gospođo, gdje je spomenik gore? A možemo li preko livade? Moramo putem. Čitav je grad toga dana prije 9 godina bio opsadiran kad su ovaj postament crnogorski specijalci digli u vazduh. A straže su postavljene na sve strane da se odnekud ne pojavi pravi spomenik, koji sada negdje stoji i čeka da bude postavljen ovdje, misle ovi ljudi. Nije to mala fotka.
Da biti bolja ne može.
Ovo je velika. Koliko je visok treba da bude?
4 metra.
Ja sam čuo 4 metra. A gdje je on sad?
Spomenik? Nemam pojma, ne znam tako.
Niko ne zna gdje je.
Možda je i ovdje u selu, ne znam.
Ovo je Vujadin Dobrašinović. On je unuk i ponosan je na svog džeda Svetozara Dobrašinovića, zamjenika četničkog komandanta koji je ovdje imao štab u ovom mjestu. Šta on misli i o četnicima, naravno svom džedu, a šta misli o partizanima, njegovim rođacima, jer su njegovi rođaci mnogi bili u partizanima.
Kažu, pobjednici istoriju pišu, ali tako nije, jer su oni više grešaka su pravili partizani nego četnici.
Ne da vam spomenik da podignete?
Pa, ja ne znam, u Čikagu može, u Gornje Zaostro ne može. Eto, u Čikagu može, u Gornje Zaostro ne može. Sad, ali doće vrijeme, ja mislim, ne može. Ničija ne gori do zore.
Kada god
prokrila stavim, na sve stare muke zaboravim i umornu snagu oporavim. Kad mi one prokrila zaječe, od svake me bolesti liječe. Kada pomenem Kosovo i Vuka, zadrhti mi gudalo i ruka. A Muratova slučaj kad pomenem.
The song teaches the young kids that the Kosovo should never be forgotten. The Kosovo is the heart, and they just rented the Kosovo from us, and one day we shall return. This is the message behind the song. And I heard those songs because I lived in Kosovo, and not in good conditions. I mean, these are songs I was taught to hate, you know?
I never imagined that I'll be hearing Chetnik playing gusa in my ear. I'm not easily provoked by these things.
I got provoked, to be honest, because these are very nationalistic songs of Serbs, which I presume every nation has them. It's just we don't go and sing them in front of people who feel bad when they sing them, you know?
That's all they have. They have, my father was Chetnik, my grandpa was Chetnik, and I am Chetnik now because I don't have anything else to recognize myself in the world.
To je ta, zove se Čukovačka petokraka. Ona je postavljena na brdo da dominira gradom, noću naravno svijetli, kada je umro Josip Broz Tito. 90. godina opština Bijelo Polje donosi odluku da se ona skida s brda i nastaje haos. Partizani brane petokraku. Ima jedna anegdota. Zvali su je porno zvijezda, toliko se puta skidala s brda i vraćala. Idemo kod čovjeka. Jedan od onih koji je sa pištoljem branio tu petokraku, pravio je straže i on tu blizu živi.
My grandfather was Chetnik, but I never talked with him about war, about that things. And that's also for me the first time to hear about that conflict and to hear their stories, both stories.
Moja rođena 3 brata krenuli su u partizane. Borili su se na svim frontovima gdje je trebalo. Ali ovaj je bio ranjen što mi je u Kolašinu stradao. Upatili su ga četnici i u Kolašinu, u zatvoru. Na take su ga muke mučili da su mu lanci imali na ruke, bukagije na noge i gvozdeni plin u zatvoru i zato je vezan tu i bio. Provrela je loša krv i zavadili su braću rođenu. Sa brda na brdo dozivao je otac sina, sine, vrati se ili te ubi. Pucali su jedan na drugo. Na jedno brdo otac, na drugo sin. I ja kažem, omladino, vama ovo prenosim, vi ste iz ovih raznih mjesta. Razobličujte ovo da nema više ni četnika, ni partizana, nek to bude jedna familija. Ako mislimo da dalje živimo i da omladina ima svoje ja.
The problem is that people, some of people, still live in war, even if it is in their heads. For example, conflict between Chetniks and partisans are still here in Montenegro, because now they are Montenegrins and Serbs. Population of 600,000 people is divided. It's absurd.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the creek. If you see a crocodile, don't forget to speak. Besti!
Besti!
Bravo!
Bravo!
Znate za Thompsona, jel' Robert? A znate onu pjesmu Čavo glave? A ste čuli reggae Čavo glave?
Ne.
Ja, sad ćemo se. Zagori na izvoru rijeke Čikole, stala braća da obrane naše domove. O ne, u Čavo glave. O ne, u Čavo glave. Stoji Hrvata, mi smo braća svi. Nećete u Čavo glave dok smo živi mi. O ne, u Čavo glave. O ne, u Čavo glave.
After Montenegro and the fun we had there, it was time to go to Kosovo. I've never been to Kosovo before, so I had no idea what to expect, what it's like and how people live there. It's true that in Serbia we only get the bad news from Kosovo. And when you have them all piled up, I mean, you have no idea what to expect. Not only when it comes to being a Serbian, but to being a foreigner and going there. To me, as a first-time visitor, it seemed that the entire city is under construction. Everywhere I looked, walking around, I found a crane or a construction place. My thought was that they were desperately trying to find their identity as a country and a nation, and fast.
We continued to walk around the city for a while, and then I decided to treat my friends with local kebabs and rakia. It's the only food Balkan people would never say no to.
Once we sat in a quiet street with a few cafes, I noticed that there were groups of people sitting and talking, and absolutely no one paid attention as to what we were doing and what language we talked in.
It was March 24th, a day before my birthday. I was 15 back then, 1999. Me and my friend, we had dogs and we were outside with dogs, and all of a sudden something like a boom, but there was this lady cleaning the carpet, and we thought, she's making that noise, and then we hear this again, and then it wasn't the carpet, it was the bombing. We saw people panicking, people going to the basement. Soon after that, a police car came right here and fired some shots. They had masks. And they said in Serbian, everybody get out and leave. And then we didn't know what to do.
In March 1999, it started a NATO campaign of bombing here and also in Serbia. And this picture was done from my window on 31 of March. This was the day where the police came to my home and they give an order to us in 5 minutes to leave the house. We went out, and just in front of the house, they stopped my father and my younger brother. They took from them the passport and the money. There was a crowd of people. All of them, they was very quiet, and they just moved by the order of the police. They was pushed to move to the borders. And in that day, we went to the train station. I arrived in this Pristina train station at 1500. And until tomorrow, at 5 o'clock, we couldn't get the train. During this time, was 3 big trains with full of the people. And there was impossible to get on the train because there was lot of people. The people was as sardines. It was a special kind of feeling, which it's hard to describe. I was quite scared.
A lot of people were just leaving homes, being evicted. You could see a never-ending row of cars just going, leaving, you know, being guided by the army. I remember I didn't even tie my shoes, we just went out, you know. I took my book, and my mother took some, you know, plasma keks, bags, and we went out on the car, and we just joined the whole caravan, you know, the eviction caravan. And then slowly we were approaching the border point, right? At a certain point, it all stopped, and it was crazy because we were the first car before the rampa. If it would have opened, we would be the first ones to cross. So we were in the car with the plasma keks, you know, and a little cassette with Beatles songs that I had recorded for my father from my CD, which we were playing sometimes during parts of the day when the good shift of the army and police, because they were doing this together, was on duty, which were like people that, yeah, they were, you know, yeah, just whatever. You can go out a little bit, you know. You couldn't exactly start singing and dancing, but, you know, you could go out. I went out of the car, and Yesterday was playing. This is a very pathetic moment, and you know, it's really funny. Yesterday was playing. It was a little sunny, so I crossed the ramp, and suddenly I saw like a valley full of people, you know, tens of thousands of people, and it was amazing. It was a true military operation. I started to think, maybe they're gonna kill us. And I was stunned, you know, totally stunned. Crazy. It was this Serbian soldier who must have been 18 or 19 or 20. A very tall guy, thin guy, but very soft guy, right? Very nice guy. Used to give the kids extra candy and stuff. This guy was just a sweet boy, you know. And why I remember him is not because of all the candy he was bringing, but he had, if you could imagine, a little teddy bear, a pink teddy bear on his helmet, like that, you know? That was fucked up. Pink teddy bear. And he was there with the other soldiers, you know, who were all killers. Fucked up. Pink teddy bear. I don't know who that guy is. I hope he sees this film. Hope he's still alive.
I was a bit angry at myself when I heard those stories, because a lot of times I kept thinking that how come nobody cared about what's happening in Yugoslavia and in Bosnia? How come the whole world let it happen? And when I came to Kosovo, I realized that I don't exactly know what happened there, and it's in the neighborhood, and we've lived through the same thing.
So be careful.
Yeah. We took 6 papers, we wrote down each name of the country, and then we took 3 out. So the first team is Serbia, Montenegro, and Hrvatska. The second team is Macedonia, Bosnia, and Kosovo.
One should hide here and one should get as close as she can. Perhaps they're by the bus. When I say shoot, you shoot them so you cover my ass. And then I'll take them.
Izostite! Četnici! Ajmo! Ajmo Srbija!
I don't like this game. Now I'm pacifist. Really pacifist. I hate gun, I hate uniform, I hate military.
It was a lot of fun, really. And it hurt a bit when you got hit. You can't describe it until you get into it, until you start. Then you're like, oh, I'm gonna shoot, I'm gonna...
Paintball was funny way to show people that we are playing war, 6 of us from 6 different countries that were in war 20 years ago. And I think when people watch that, it will be funny.
Magda, si i dalje pacifista.
Koliko si ih ubila, Magda?
Šta?
Koliko si ubila ljudi? Ona gađala da promašio.
Dvoje! Šta ih dvoje?
Snimi pacifista.
A, peace.
Peace and love.
Na rakove i školjke, mjesec je gleda tvoje civeta. Uzimaj cipele za šetanje ka snovi. To je večer puno tvojih koraka.
My favorite spots in the city are erased. I can't find them anymore. I can't walk through that path. I can't touch the benches. I can't sit on the grass where I was previously sitting and laughing with my friends and riding bikes, because now it's gone. And in front of me there are these huge marble cakes which don't mean nothing to me.
The idea of this project is to crystallize the memories, important persons and events from history of Macedonia in architecture, in sculpture, and in paintings, mosaics, and so on.
See, all the monuments here are connected with victory.
What is the cost of the project?
I don't know the official number, but it is over 400 million euros.
Why it is priority? Could it be better invested in education, agriculture, or
See, I disagree with the idea that we should give the money where we can help the poor people, we can invest in hospitals, we can invest in education. Yes, there are money for education and hospitals, but it was important for us in Macedonia, after so many centuries, to make this city as a capital and to make an homage to our heroes and our important peoples.
A moment ago, when we were sightseeing the city, these people, friends of mine, were asking me like this question: why do we have monuments which are already unique landmarks of different cities?
We shouldn't judge all the architects that they could be original, that they could be refined. They are people who work, and they are executing something on the competition. Maybe they did have someone as a relative in the jury. How could I know? But that is the way of life, and it is no different between here and everywhere.
So girls, how do you feel about project Skopje 2014?
Šta mislite o projektu Skopje 2014? Pa dobar projekt.
Je vide dobro Makedonija?
Vide dobro, nešto smene to i mi se sviđa.
Malo je previše, malo je, znaš, neki stil koji ovdje nismo imali nikad.
Jasno, da.
U istoriji nikad.
Ova godina nemalo do сега. Znači толкова много туристи заинтересирани се за спомениците, за сувенири. Имаме веќе што да покажеме.
Ова е супер. Има секојаш непријатели, како да речем. Али нека се зборат. Тебе ја бев тама преку мостно се новион. Супер е.
Јас мислам дека проектот 2014 е глупост, бидејќи во вакви времења каде што држава нема толку пари да финансира други работи, финансира големи споменици и глупости кои што искрено мислам дека не му се потребни на площадот, кои што се преголеми и не допринесуваат толку добро.
Дека трошат пари за тоа, иначе и супер е овака, супер изгледа, само тој и не разбирам многу како до политики, знаеш, пари од каде, како за тоа пари, али иначе супер вака.
Primary school, in the books of history we're learning that the Macedonian community, they were a Slavic nation that have come to the Balkans in the 7th century, so this was the common knowledge of the Macedonian community, of the Macedonian ethnicity. If you go out now in the streets and ask the Macedonians, are you Slav or what are you, they're going to tell you most of them we're ancient Macedonians from descendants of Alexander the Great. That is why you have all these statues. But at the end of the day, do you see anything Albanian? That is why it is offensive. It is being built with my money. It is being built with taxpayers' money. The Albanians are more than 30% contributors to the budget of the state. It's completely a mono-ethnic, mono-religious project. What was the logic behind it? What were they thinking? Whether they were thinking creating a new history, whether they were thinking building walls between the Albanians and Macedonians. That is why we consider this to be an offensive project.
I've been working here in the old town in a cafe since I was 18, so lots of my friends are Albanians and Turkish. The university is here, so I don't really think that this city is like divided into halves. People who think that the city is divided have narrow minds and care only about nationality and religion.
Romantic souls are in minority in Macedonia, unfortunately. And the reality is completely different.
There's a refugee camp in the outskirts of Belgrade, right next to the road that leads to Vojvodina and my village, where I go every 2-3 months and have been for my entire life. The worst thing is that I wasn't even aware that there was a refugee camp right next to it. God knows how many other camps there are around us, and we have no idea. From the beginning of this trip, I kept thinking about one thing. I'm from Serbia, a country that's been accused of starting the entire mess in the 90s. Now that we came here, it was finally time to show the other side of the story. The people from here who have also experienced awful things in the war, and the fact that the war is destructive for everyone.
Živimo 13 godine, 99. smo došli ovde. Sa Kosova smo inače iz Suva reke, znači iz sela Mušutišta. Ja sam od 21 udovica, znači ja sam podigla 3 maloletnu decu koje su ovo i sad da ti neko dođe ovde i kaže nemate gospođo nikakvo pravo. Toliko, kaže, donacije se davaju za nas sa Kosova, naravno iz Hrvatske imaju ljudi ovde, iz Knina koji su 21 godinu ovde. Da niko od 21 godinu ne dođe da kaže pa čekaj bre, ovaj narod da vidimo šta radi. Ovde nas gledaju kao mi poslednji ljudi, ajde, kao zaboravio. Ovde. I Bog je rekao laku noć za nas.
We left the camp with only one thought. I'm so thankful that I was born just before the war, and that I have no memory of it whatsoever. Our second day in Belgrade began by going to an association of Serbian war veterans, where we were supposed to meet a man who has volunteered in 2 wars, in Croatia and then Kosovo. Just the fact that he was a volunteer made us feel a bit unpleasant, because we were all wondering what kind of a person would volunteer to go to a war.
Pa zašto sam otišao u rat? Pa isto da branimo srpski narod, znate ono već. Taj se pusti nacionalizam javio. I kod nas, kod svi se javio nacionalizam. Odjedanput neke srpske pesme koje nismo čuli 40 godina. Pričamo realno što jeste, razumijete? Isto u Hrvatskoj, ne znam, Bosni i tako dalje. I sve to se ovako pripremalo, znači medijski pripremalo se. I kad je to puklo, znači svi smo, znate, bili napeti. Samo smo čekali da to krene, da se to reši. Znači medije su mnogo učinilo, čudo neviđeno. One su taj rat započele i završile kad su nam htjele. To je moje mišljenje oko toga. Srbija hoće se opere toga. To je poenta. Kao mi s tim nemamo ništa. To je kao bilo za vreme Miloševića, znate. Znači, Srbija hoće se opere od tih ratova od 1995. godine. 99. godinu priznaje delom. Slažete sa mnom, NATO agresiju. A ovo ništa ne priznaje.
Pitanje. Kada sam ušla u prostoriju, jedna od prvih stvari koju sam primijetila je fotografija koju imate na zidu.
Ratko Mladić. To je naš komandant Ratko Mladić.
Dobro, jasno.
Živeo Ratko Mladić. On će biti za nas heroj uvijek, da vam kažem. Oni imaju svog Gotovinu, ovi imaju svoga, kako zove naš ovaj? Jašari, tako dalje, šta sad?
Koga imaju ljudi u Srebrenici?
Ne znam koji imaju.
A da li vi priznajete stvari koje su se desile u Bosni?
Koje, na primjer? Koje, na primjer? Koje, na primjer?
Recimo Srebrenicu.
Ne. Ne priznajem.
Mislite da te majke ukapaju imaginarne ljude?
Pa svake majke plače, i srpske majke plače, i muslimanska majka plače. Šta je dilema, to ne znam.
Da, ali vi sad tvrdite da ti ljudi nisu mrtvi.
Draga moja, mlada dama, znači bilo u knjigama, istraživanja razna, znači ne svi, daleko od toga, ali pojedinci tamo gde piše ime i prezime, da su živi. Najviše je bilo zločina Srbima u ratovima, to nema dileme. Najviše je bilo zločina nad Srbima. To nema dileme. Nama se niko ne izvinjava, niko ništa. Na što liči.
Zašto vi svaki put kad vam se postavi pitanje navedete suprotnu stranu? Zašto se branite time da je i neko drugi napravio? Zar ne mislite da je put ka tome da svi odgovaraju, da vi kažete da jeste?
Da su samo Srbi loši momci. To nije tačno. Država je broj 1 uvijek. Ona se mora čuva, štiti, pazi i tako dalje. Nekad izgubimo deo.
A što ako ta država ne brine o stanovnicima, o ljudima?
Da niste ljudi ti koji čine državu,
Da.
a ne teritorij.
I teritorija, prijatelji moji. I teritorija.
Jeste vi svjesni da Kosovo ne možete osvojiti bez velikog etničkog čišćenja, što samo po sebi donosi velike zločine?
Mi smatramo da je Kosovo deo Srbije. I mislim da ga nikad neće odreknemo u životu. Mislim, mi će ga vratimo kad tada. Tu nema šanse. Tu nema. Pa ratom, ne, kako drugačije. Kako će drugo ga vratimo? Jasni kako. On će ga moj sin vrati. Ja isto mom sinu kažem, sine, to je naš deo, to se mora vrati. On će ga svom sinu, mom unuku, razumeš?
Hoćete vi biti sretan i ponosan
Da,
kad sina pošaljete
jeste,
sa puškom?
jeste. Moj otac je bio jako ponosan, verujte, kad sam pošao na Kosovo.
A jel želite to za svog sina?
Da. Jer uvijek je zemlja preča od pojedinca. To nema Boga.
Jel može? Da. Hvala na...
Nema, ajde već.
To mene najviše zapravo sekira, to me toliko brine. To me toliko brine što ja sam nesposoban išta promijeniti. On me ne sluša, I got upset. But it's my fault because I let myself get emotional. I feel uncomfortable with myself that I can do anything about it. That I can't talk with him, he will never listen to me. He'll be proud if his son, who is 17 years old, die in a war for his country. I think the state should serve the people, not people to the state. I don't know.
He knows, I'm pretty sure he knows what happened. He doesn't want to say it, because if he says it, then it's kind of a betrayal, and there's also emotion involved, and
The question is what to do with these kind of people. We can't do anything.
Him change his mind.
What to say about it?
I guess I'm gonna see him again.
No matter when, after
160 years.
I think the difference between this and the village where we visit chatniks, this kind of, for me, hits too close to home. On the other side, you get to think about all of your friends who lost their parents during the war. And this man is sitting with you behind on the same table, and he's representing that idea.
I wasn't shocked at all. I mean, I knew this was gonna happen sooner or later. I've been dealing with these kinds of people all my life.
There are many people like him, but they just put this mask that is like this civil and cultural behavior. But I know many people who are my mom's age and maybe a little bit older than me who says like, sorry Bart that I'm going to say this, but Shqiptars are like this and like that. They shouldn't live in Macedonia, don't hang out with them. I feel it in my country, which hasn't been this involved in war crimes and all. And I can imagine how is it in yours.
People like this all over in all countries. And they are the relics of previous beliefs, and they are refuse to accept what's going on globally. The idea of mono-ethnic society, it's so obsolete. It's actually 17th century idea.
I would say that people like him are starting to become a minority nowadays. I don't think it used to be like this, but the problem with these kinds of people is that they are always the loudest ones.
Yeah.
Always the loudest ones.
Look in my eyes to see hate and pride or a paradise. Look at my smile. We're brothers and sisters, we're one of a kind. No matter what they say, this will never go away. This is our chance, it's time to play now. Our hands are shaking. My mind is melting. It feels so good when I'm around you. Words have meaning, always teasing. It feels so good when I'm around you.
Najteži i najtragičniji događaj koji mi se desio u životu je 1993. godina, akcije Hrvatske vojske na područje koji su poslije nazvali Medački džep i u toj akciji je ubijena moja majka. Moram reći ovdje da ne osjećam mržnju prema bilo kome, ni prema tome ubici. Nikad ne mrzim Hrvatsku. Niti hrvatski narod, apsolutno nemam prostora za tako nešto i ne razmišljam na taj način. Mislim da inače u životu mržnja se ne može pobediti mržnjom, pogotovo ne onaj koji to ne ume. Mržnja se zaista može pobediti na jedan način da pokažete da ne mrzite.
Šta je desilo sa tvojom imovinom?
To je u selu gdje je bila kuća, štala i to je sve sravnjeno sa zemljom i to je sad šuma. Drugi događaj koji se desio, koji je jako teško mi pao, bio je 1995. godine kad smo izbjegli. Ja sam bio kod brata, 38 kvadrata stan na Zelenom vencu u Beogradu. Bilo sam 7 i tu smo taman izbjegli. Došla je srpska policija, uhvatila me, pitala jesi ti taj, jesam, hoćete poći s nama, zašto da pođem, znam da me nema prava da vodi. Pa imamo jedan informativni razgovor i tako. I tada su me sproveli u Erdut, u kamp. Lično nam je Arkan držao govor. Hoćemo li da se vratimo, da vratimo krajinu, hoćemo li, znaš. Sad mi tamo stali izgubljeni u svemiru. Iza idu u toj drugi red i guraju, vičite, hoćemo, znaš. I sad ovi viču, jadni ljudi iza, hoćemo polako. Jače ne čujem, hoćete li? Ovi jače tuku u drugi red odnazad. Dok nije složilo se, hoćemo da bude dovoljno jako da gospodin čuje, jeli? Onda sam se zarekao da moga sina, Nebojšu, koji je tad imao, ne znam, 15-16 godina, 16 godina, neće niko nikada više voditi bilo kakve ratove.
It's very hard because there aren't many possibilities for us in Croatia, especially for us young people who finish our colleges and everything, and then it's like a wall, and you hit it. I'm doing an internship in an elementary school as a history teacher. I get paid about 200 euros a month.
What's the easiest way to get a job here? Is it connections or?
Yeah.
It's always about connections.
I study civil engineering, and I'm just waiting for my degree to get far most available to get away from the peninsula. I just want to move away and work somewhere else. West or south, northeast, I don't really care.
You know, doomed generation. We constantly hear those stories from our parents because they lived in that golden age of Yugoslavia, you know, like 70s. Education was free, social care was very high. Workers had rights and all that things. And to us it seems quite unreal, you know, but not many of us would mind if that happened again, you know.
It is like this in every other small town in the region. Intelligent, educated young people whose only mistake in life was to be born here. Or is it up to us? Maybe under the influence of stories from our parents, we are still not ready to struggle with the reality of life in the so-called capitalism.
Are we?
With these guys, you can see that there's no difference between if you are Montenegrin, Serbian, Macedonian, Bosnian, Kosovian. Okay, Albanian.
I'm a Kosovo Albanian, definitely.
That's too long, man.
That's too long. I'm an Albanian that lives in Kosovo, that's it. Young people like us are ready and have no problem with living together. It's just we have to seek for each other. We have to look for each other. We must not wait and just believe whatever is told to us, but we must go and see and make friends and be more active.
I thought it was at some point weird that you have 6 people from all of these different countries that have no problem communicating with each other. And then we basically interviewed a lot of people and our opinions didn't really match with theirs. So those are, again, people from those countries. So you have these 2 totally opposite sides. But the thing that you learn is that you got an opportunity to sit down on the same table with persons that you don't have the same attitudes with, and that you can still, nothing will happen.
And I think that's the thing that we all in this area should learn. Okay, you can have your opinion, I can have mine, but we can sit and talk about it.
When I go back to Serbia, I'm gonna tell about this to a lot of people, a lot of my friends. And most of them probably think like me, but there could be a few that had doubts, you know.
When we will, tell and share this experience with other people, I hope that stereotypes and prejudices about different nationalities will be at least reduced, not eliminated, because there will never be such thing, but at least reduced, because as everyone said, I think that we're the majority.
Everyone?
Yeah, cheers.
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 Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Look in my eyes, to see hate and pride or a paradise.
Look at my smile, we're brothers and sisters, we're one of a kind.
No matter what they say, this will never go away. This is our chance, it's time to play now.
My hands are
shaking, my mind is melting. It feels so good when I'm around you. Words have meaning,
Always teasing.
it feels so good when I'm around you. Wherever we go, it's always fun and it feels like home.
Just one more show, and slowly we're going to the end of the road.
No matter what they say, this will never go away. This is our chance, it's time to play now. My hands are shaking, my mind is melting. It feels so good when I'm around you. Words have meaning,
Always teasing.
I feel so good when I'm around